From the hills, the bleeding valleys wide, to the fields where our legends reside, we carry the spirit of Wicklow strong, in the Gaelic games where we belong. All the battles fought, the glory sought, in every heart the fighters never caught. Through the highs and lows we stand as one, Wicklow's pride, our races never run. Wicklow, Wicklow, it's in your name. In the heart of Leinster you play the game. From Bray to Carnew, your spirit flies. In the blue and gold, our pride never dies. In 23 we tasted the Nicky Record Cup. With Casey's guidance we rose up. From Almost Fields to Donegal's call, we gave our all, we stood tall. The tales of old, the dreams we hold, in every match a story told. With every pass and every goal, Wicklow's heart, Wicklow's soul. Wicklow, Wicklow, what's in your name? In the heart of Leinster you play the game. From Bray to Carnew, your spirit flies. In the blue and gold, our pride never dies. In 23 we tasted the Nicky Record Cup. With Casey's guidance we rose up. From Almost Fields to Donegal's call, we gave our all, we stood tall. The tales of old, the dreams we hold, in every match a story told. With every pass and every goal, Wicklow's heart, Wicklow's soul. Wicklow, Wicklow, what's in your name? In the heart of Leinster you play the game. From Bray to Carnew, your spirit flies. In the blue and gold, our pride never dies. Though no senior title we may claim, in every heart burns Wicklow's flame. From Christie Ring to battles bold, our history rich, our future gold. From Bray Emmet's early days of pride, to the modern warriors by our side. With McConville now to guide the way, we face tomorrow come what may. The fields we roam, our sacred home, in every cheer we're not alone. For Wicklow's spirit, strong and free, lives in you and lives in me. Wicklow, Wicklow, what's in your name? In the heart of Leinster you play the game. From Bray to Carnew, your spirit flies.
Hello there, you're very welcome to this Wicklow GA TV stream of the Boom&PlatformHire Intermediate Hurling Championship Final between Aughrim and Carnew Emmets in Echelon Park. My name is Daniel Kennedy, I'll be taking through the commentary. I have Kieran Breen who'll be going through the co-commentary, but we'll start off with the teams here first of all. For Aughrim, starting in goals is David Whitty, cornerback where number 2 is Dean Barnes. Full back number 3 is Robert Lambert, with Philip Toomey in left cornerback at number 4. Joe McGuckian, Killy McDonald and Mark Clancy make up the half-back line. In midfield is John Toomey and Dylan Byrne. Lorcan Toomey, Ian Clancy and Conor Lambert make up the half-forward line, with Mark O'Shea, Alex Kavanagh and Adam Lively the inside forwards. Head on now to Carnew Emmets. Carnew, of course, going for their first title of today. Billy Malloy is in goal. Killian O'Keefe, John Walsh and Caleb Ryan make up the full-back line. Kieran Lambert and John Young and Conor Wafer in the half-back line. John Gregan, partners Adrian Myers in midfield, with Conor Byrne, John Doyle and Larry Kinsley in the half-forward line. Jack Gregan, Brandon Rossiter and Richard Green are in the full forward line. The teams are just going for their pre-match break. So Kieran, what are you expecting today?
First and foremost, it's just a great day for hurling, lovely conditions. Hopefully that'll lend itself to a good spectacle of a game. We have, as you said, Carnew opening their first game of the day in their double header, and look, they're coming up against a strong Aughrim team who've been knocking on the door for a while now. Won a Junior A championship a few years ago, got to the final last year, and look, I was here last year commentating. They'd be looking to go on better. They would have been disappointed after that, so they came over a tough semi-final. I think that'll really stand to them, and hopefully, like we said, with the conditions so well, we'll have a good game. Looking down through the two teams there now, you kind of have an Aughrim team who, like I said, have a few years now in this grade looking to make the jump up to senior, and then you have a Carnew team, a kind of a mixture of younger lads coming through. I was looking at the up for the match, and a lot of Carnew lads looking how they're using it as like a player pathway to bring and integrate new lads into their adult teams, and as well as a few experienced heads who have experience in maybe senior finals as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully it'll be a great game, and like that, a big day for Carnew. There's big support in, seeing that they're in the two finals. Disappointment obviously after last weekend in the football, and we have, like that, the local support here in Aughrim as well, so hopefully it'll lend itself to a great atmosphere as well.
Well, you can see the two teams there, and they have the mascots there in hand. They're Luke O'Toole jerseys, of course. Luke O'Toole's has been an established combination club between Aughrim and Tinahely that's really brought a lot of players through for them to create this hurling team. As you said, have now had a bit of success in hurling and are hoping to do one better. You mentioned there about the semi-finals. Carnew did come through a tough one themselves, although that was a very, very wet day against Kilcool. And there was a comment made towards me was that the Carnew perform on better in the wet. Well, they'll have their chance to prove that wrong anyway today. And just if you're joining us here today, thank you very much for tuning into the stream. If you're in Australia, Spain, United Kingdom, Portugal, Canada, thank you very much. And also, importantly, we do have a bit of a group there as well with Owen Dunn up in Delphi, the St. David's community school, on a trip. So I hope you enjoy this match here today, and hopefully it's an absolute cracker for you. There's the referee today is from Avoca, Paul Porter. James Phelan is linesman there from St. Pat's. Just other there.
I thought we would like to thank our piper today.
Other members of the officials. You'd also have Jason Redmond and Dara Byrne as the fourth official. There'll be no Aran Naveen now straight away.
No Aran Naveen. Match. Just the parade is great to have. I'm not sure if other counties do they have parades for their intermediate and junior finals, but I think it's a great thing to have here in Wicklow that every team that gets the finals paraded around, and it's definitely adds for a player on the day. It adds to the atmosphere and the build up. But both teams will be looking now to get straight into the action here now. Interested to see if they line up as per programme, if there's any changes at the minute. Aughrim appear to be as per programme as they line up. Carnew very much the same. We'll see how the game progresses and see if there's any changes. It's not a windy day. You wouldn't think it's a day for deploying sweepers, but who knows?
See there now, both these sides. Well, a lot of lads on the Carnew team were Shaleda Coolboy. They won the Junior A last week, while Aughrim won the Junior D football championship. And away we go here now. The ball's thrown in. John Toomey gets first possession for Aughrim. East Shirley's felled by Adrian Meyer. Is going to be a free in the middle of the field straight away for Aughrim. So Ian Clancy, generally quite good from the frees. He had a bit of a mixed day in the semi-final, but was accurate earlier on. So he's a chance now to put Aughrim ahead straight away.
And a real statement of intent there. The main man for Aughrim, John Toomey, as soon as the ball is thrown in, gets the ball in his hand, drives at him, and Adrian Myers let him know he was there anyway.
We're already setting up in the puck out there in the half back line. John Toomey's gone back with John Gregan as Ian Clancy now stands over this free. The sweet strike of the ball, and that ball is going. It's going to drop in the square. Mark O'Shea is hurled there. Brilliant bat by Billy Malloy, but out to Alex Kavanagh. Shoots. John Walsh there, got a half block in, and here comes John Young. Gets it down the line, but to no one in particular, as there is Dylan Byrne for Aughrim. A chance for Aughrim to attack again. Dylan Byrne now for the first score of the match, and that's over the bar. Aughrim by a point. Just a minute gone here now in Echelon Park. Aughrim lead by points. So good pressing there from Aughrim.
Very good, yeah. A bit nervy maybe from Billy Malloy in the goal. Look, dealt with it all the same, and Dylan Byrne getting a great point to open his account for the day.
Billy Malloy's puck out has gone past the 65, and it spills loose here. Trying to get possession there is Conor Byrne that's it's a bit of a ruck forming in midfield here at the moment. No obvious sign of possession. Paul Porter's going to throw the ball in. It was Brandon Rossiter, my apologies there, who had fallen over that ball. Ball is thrown back in. Lorcan Toomey going in there with Conor Wafer. Ball spills loose. In possession now with Joe McGuckin. Guckian sends it forward. John Wass there is to collect though for Carnew. He gets it. Tries to burst out the ball. Good strength there from Adam Lively. And good pressure straight away from Aughrim. He flicks it back. Kind of half of the mark of throwing, but maybe slipped out of his hand. As away come Carnew. John Doyle now gets possession. No, good pressure there from Killian MacDonald. And it was Joe McGuckin who just spilled over the ball. John Doyle looking for Richard Green. Philip Toomey there though is out ahead of him to get that ball. Using his body well to protect it. Richard Green putting under good pressure. The ball is going to come into Brandon Rossiter's hand. Rossiter now, free chance to goal. Here goes Richard Green, heading towards goal. Chance for a goal. Shoots. Great save by David Whitty.
Brilliant save. Just stood strong. Unbelievable. What a great opportunity for Carnew. You just felt it was nearly a given when you're that close in 1-on-1. But David Whitty, brilliant.
Stood tall. Didn't veer either way. Just
he was unflinching there. Nothing phased him at all. That's really what you want there now from your goalie. Incredible.
So out to take this, I think it was Jack Reagan who was taking the frees in the last match. However, it's Billy Malloy from this range is going to come out and take it. He scored a 65 against Kilcool. In actually probably going into the same goal. This now much more favourable conditions for him to strike than it was that day. It's Billy Malloy to level things up. Rises, strikes, pulls it over the bar. Carnew off the mark.
Plenty of range on that one there now. He struck that at his ease. You'd imagine now Billy will be able to hit him from further out the pitch if needed, which is for Aughrim, you need to minimise the fouls out the pitch, even into their own, maybe up to their own 45.
David Whitty's puck out is going long. John Toomey is the obvious candidate, but he just goes over his own man. The ball spills loose. Carnew should get possession here. They try to there. Larry Kinsella is over it. And it goes to that into John Gregan trying to get possession, but no one getting possession except for this man here on the ball, Killian MacDonald. MacDonald gets it forward on to Conor Lambert. Conor Lambert, slick hand pass over to Dylan Byrne, that point score from earlier on. He sends it into the full forward line. Mark O'Shea is getting ahead there of Killian O'Keefe. Mark O'Shea tries taking his body, good pressure there from Killian O'Keefe, but possession still up for grabs. Now Mark O'Shea has it. He's going forward, gives it off to Adam Lively. Lively on the 21. Lively's going to go for goal!
What a turn of events there now. Carnew felt they had a great chance down the far end. David Whitty stands up strong and now goes down the field there now, and Adam Lively buries in the back of the net. What a start to this game.
So Billy Malloy has conceded one goal so far with the puck out. Goes long, dropping it down on top of John Doyle. He's a good man to have under these puck outs. He gets his hand to it, however Dean Barnes there gets the break. He's trying to come around John Doyle. Free in though for over carrying.
Yeah, tricky one there now. As a cornerback, you'd be saying, what can you do? Held up. I suppose from a player's point of view, once it's ref consistently throughout the game, you know if you bring the ball into contact, you need to release it. And another free now for Carnew to just, like that, settle a bit there now. Good start to this game. It's been really entertaining so far. And it'll be interesting to see now with the frees, are they going to share the free taking duties there now between Billy Malloy and Jack Reagan?
Gregan, like Ian Clancy in the semi-finals, had a mixed day, although he could probably put that down to the rain that was in his face. He got a goal in that match as well. There's a chance now to bring the deficit down to 2 points. Jack Gregan strikes it. It looks like it's gone to the left and white.
Yeah.
I suppose in that position, would you bring Billy Malloy up that far?
It's hard to know, isn't it? Like, if he's accurate, it's worth bringing him up if he's going to be scoring him, but it's definitely not great for Jack Regan's confidence starting like that.
David Whitty's ball is looking for John Toomey. He gets a hand to it, however it spills loose. Adrian Myers got a hurl to it and it's out for a line ball to Aughrim. Little shoving going on there, just to how are you getting on.
And you know that Aughrim are going to target John with an awful lot of puck outs. Interesting to see that Carnew had about 3 bodies around him there now, ready to break the ball and someone to get in on those breaks.
Dylan Byrne is the man to take this sideline. We'll see what his range is like, and that's a good range and a great ball. Looking for Mark O'Shea or Alex Cabinet's run to, however it just goes out for a line ball now for Carnew. Alex Cabinet is a dangerous player when he gets a bit of space, a lot of speed.
Yeah, as we're looking at it now, it appears that the wind is favouring Carnew in this half. So kind of lower direct ball now is going to serve the Aughrim inside forwards an awful lot better than that high hanging ball, which is more favoured towards defenders.
Adrian Myers with the sideline. It's a good hit. It's going into midfield looking for Larry Kinsley. Goes over his head and Killian McDonald collects the loose ball, but he just spills out first time, gets it second time. Killian McDonald now running into this bit of space. Great block down there from Conor Byrne. And Carnew now should get possession with John Doyle. John Doyle going through a few challenges. Just gets down to a bit of space, looking to me, trying to put under pressure. Looking for Brandon Rossiter. Robert Lambert's on his case so straight away, but Rossiter has it in his hand. Slips slightly. And the ball is spilled loose here. It was looking there for Jack Gregan. Gregan now with the ball in hand. 2 white jerseys around him. Good block there from Dean Barnes. Keelan McDonald gets to the loose ball as well, but can't pick it up straight away again. And the ball is still spilling loose here in the Aughrim half. But Dylan Byrne trying to wrestle it back, still in a bit of a ruck. And the ball now comes out to Larry Kinsella. Kinsella, another man with a lot of pace. He's blocked down there well by John Toomey. And Toomey just sends the ball down into forwards. And it just goes off Conor Wafer's hurl. And collects there is Callum Ryan, or Kieran Lambert rather. He's looking for Conor Byrne. Conor Byrne can't get it first time, doesn't get it second time. Good tackle there from Joe McGuckie, who kicks it forward. Looking out for Alex Kavanagh. Alex Kavanagh, shoulder in the back, takes that hit well. And he sends it into the full forward line, looking for Mark O'Shea, who's ahead there of Cillian O'Keefe. Cillian O'Keefe, though, is a dog of a player. He's put him off under pressure. No hurl in his hand, but still impeding Mark O'Shea, and that's seen as a foul by Paul Porter. I suppose one of the things we get the 2 arms around.
Once you're wrapping a tall wrestler, it's easy to blow if you can try to keep the arms out, but it's hard when you've no hurl, you've less to work with. And probably did the right thing there now. If he was true 1-on-1 there, Mark O'Shea, if he hadn't have intervened. So look, I'd take that free all day now if I was Carnew there now. Just happy to concede that one.
Ian Clancy, 1 free so far. This match dropped short. Chance now to make it 1-2 to 1, 5 points to 1 point. Sweet strike of the ball over the bar. There's 8 minutes gone. Aughrim leads by 4. Billy Malloy, the only scorer so far for Carnew. And once again, he's going long, as you mentioned. That's Winda's back and is going a fair distance. Dylan Byrne, though, tracked it all the way. He does get a hand to it. Spills loose, despite the pressure of John Doyle. Tries to go through 2 players there. Doesn't in the end get it going forward. Conor Byrne now sends it in forward, looking for Richard Green. Toomey looks to get a hurl there. However, Brandon Rossiter has it in hand. No hurl though. But here's Philip Toomey, who just gets to that break. He runs out. Conor Byrne fouls. I don't know.
Kind of a needless foul. He just high and the shoulder. Lads are so good now at dropping the shoulder to exaggerate a bit more, but fouling your full forward line, it's unnecessary at times.
Robert Lambert sends a long ball down. It's in between 2 Carnew players and the ball spills loose. After there's Conor Wafer. Good block there from John Toomey. And there's Ian Clancy for his second score of the match. And that looks like it's gone over the bar. 1-3 to 1 point to Aughrim.
Nice score for Ian there from play after just scoring that free. So he's definitely up and running at this stage.
Billy Malloy's puck out, sent down, looking for where John Doyle is lurking. Cillian McDonald, though, is there. Putting under pressure, and Cillian McDonald now has the ball despite the pressure from Larry Kinsella, trying to burst it through a few blue bodies. Touches the ball on the ground. Paul Porter has decided, and it's a free now on the 65 for Carnew.
Billy Malloy making his way up all right to hit this. Yeah, John Doyle plays the ball, but he's after stepping away from it.
Jack Gregan is inside the square there with Brandon Rossiter.
Interesting to see John Toomey on the line beside David Whitty. As we know, he's a great hand on him, so just to have a good man on the line like that there now for fear. I wouldn't say Billy's going to drop it short now, given how he struck the last one, but still it's good to have John there from an Aughrim point of view, just an extra bit of safety.
As Billy rises, strikes, it's a good hit, but is it accurate? No, says John Toomey, and no, says the umpire. So Carnew's second wide from a free.
Yeah, both from frees now. That's worrying there now. You could be back to say 1-3 to 3 points otherwise, but find themselves now further adrift.
Whitty's puck out now is going to go into the Carnew half, looking for John Toomey, surrounded by blue shirts, and it's the blue shirts who get the ball up the field. Adrian Myers now gets onto that break from Richard Green, and he's been fouled there by, I think it was a Philip or Dylan Byrne in the end, and it's a free in a much more central position.
Like we said, interesting, we kind of made note of it before when John went up for a high ball. He's actually coming off on a temporary substitution, must have a bit of bleeding somewhere. But interesting again, John goes up for a ball and there's 3 Carnew lads there again, so temporary substitution there for Aughrim. Number Thomas 18 Hayden is in, yeah. So they'll be looking to get John patched up as quick as they can and get him back into the action as Billy Malloy comes up for this one.
Of course, Thomas Hayden there, he started the semi-final against Western Gales. That was because Cillian McDonald was injured from the semi-final for Tinnahealy the week before against Baltinglass. But Killy McDonald, though, has started this game well at centre back, so there's no need for a change in his position. But Billy Malloy now, another chance to put that last free right, and he looks accurate. Umpires are happy with it. 1-3 to 2 points now. Billy Malloy, 2 points for Carnew. Just 11 and a half minutes gone.
It'll be interesting to see where Aughrim go with this puck out with no John on the pitch.
So David Whitty's going to send it long. It's going to go on top of Thomas Hayden. Hayden tries to get a hand to it. Ball spills loose. That was Hayden there getting onto the loose ball. And Hayden now has it in his hand. It was actually Lorcan Toomey underneath that. So they're looking for the Toomeys every time, but Carnew have it this time. John Young now in possession from that pass from John Doyle. Nice step away from the attempted challenges. It's looking for Brandon Rossiter. Dean Barnes though gets a hurl to it, sends it out for a line ball to Carnew. I'm looking there, dropping on top, I suppose. With one Toomey off the pitch, there's still another one up there to worry about.
There's plenty of out there, isn't there?
All big men, of course.
Adrian Myers now, he hit the last sideline, albeit in his own half very well. It'd be interesting to see if he does. It'll be a dangerous one. Could potentially put it over, but definitely dropping dangerously. So, it'd be interesting to see where he goes with this one.
We're not no obvious runs yet. Actually, there is one there from John Doyle, but he's going to let it into the box. And is this a chance? And it's going to just go harmlessly wide. So a third wide now for Carnew.
I just think, like for Carnew, like to have no lad there on the line or to follow that ball in is it's a wasted ball. Quick puck up by David Whitty now.
Gets on with it, gets it straight to Dylan Byrne. Dylan Byrne's going to send this one into the full forward line. It's dropping it to no one in particular. Connor Wafer, or rather John Young is underneath out, catches it well, despite the pressure from Alex Kavanagh. He sends it forward. Joe McGuckian though catches this. Gives it over now to Lorcan Toomey. He's deemed to have thrown it, and it'll be a free in the middle for Billy Malloy and Carnew.
Well, referee in a great position to judge that one. So Carnew, like that, Billy Malloy has been he'll be eager to put this one over, get it back to 3 points. Haven't threatened a whole pile from play, I think it's fair to say. It's a kind of an unusual game, lots of hurling going on, but not really a whole lot coming up on the scoreboard. Like Aughrim would be delighted with that goal from Adam Lively earlier, but other than that now it's been frees as well. So cagey enough encounter, but hopefully now they'll put this over for Carnew's sake.
Rises, strikes, Billy Malloy, looks like it's tailing there now, looks accurate enough. Well done, Billy.
Such a lovely striker, the ball, and just hitting it so effortlessly.
So it's 1-3, Aughrim 3 points, Carnew. Billy Malloy from a 65 and 2 frees, the only scorer so far. And as mentioned there that they have what wind is there, it doesn't seem to be blowing too strongly at the moment, judged by the flags on the pitch. David Whitty against the wind, and that's going to go a fair distance. Underneath that is Larry Kinsella and Mark Clancy. Spills loose though. Richard Green is onto it, the captain of the team. Richard Green blocked there from Lorcan Toomey. Ball is spilling loose. Jack Reagan should get to it. Does. And he's in a lot of space. A few white jerseys around him. Over carries. Yeah.
Just a fraction over. Good decision there. John Toomey looking to get back in there now. He's eager to get back in.
Didn't look like he got fully packed up there when he was over at the bench. The physio still doing a bit of work. Looks to be on his knuckle where the bandage is. Is that his catching hand?
It surely is. He doesn't protect the hand too often now, and a lot of lads know that. They're not afraid to let fly when it's up there. But Ian Clancy now for his third point of the day, maybe.
Clancy strikes this one high. Looks accurate enough. Ian Clancy.
Great score from against the bit of a breeze.
Out comes Thomas Hayden. I'm sure we'll see him later on as a full substitute, but back on John Toomey, and he's going straight out to where John Gregan has gone at the covered stand side. Billy Malloy though hits it down the opposite end. Underneath this ball is Larry Kinsella, and Conor Byrne who gets a hand to it, and it deflects nicely to Larry Kinsella. They're smart enough to take the break. Larry Kinsella looks inside for Richard Green. Philip Toomey's on his case. A brilliant hurl there in from Philip Toomey, and he comes away with it, sends it down the pitch, looking for the run now of Alex Kavanagh, who's ahead of John Walsh. Alex Kavanagh tries to take a touch first time, doesn't get it, tries to get a second time. Great hurling there from John Walsh. It's going to spill out for a line ball, is it? Yes, it is. Great tackle there from Ian Clancy to stop John Walsh from getting away. Clancy gets on with things quickly, sees Alex Kavanagh in a bit of space on his own. Straight back there is John Young to put him under a bit of pressure. Probably held him off a bit nicely. That's going to be a free out. I'm not too sure what that was.
Yeah, I'm scratching my head a bit at that one now. John Young, whatever he did, he done it well anyway to get a free. But Aughrim, right idea there now with the quick line ball, could have actually paid out better dividends. Carnew will be delighted it didn't. But Billy Malloy will be looking to land this one in around the house, no doubt.
Does he have the distance to go the whole way?
He's nearly striking him better from frees than from the puck outs. I don't know how it's happening, but He's so effortless on frees, and that the puckouts aren't quite going as far as you'd imagine.
Now, as Brandon Rosser is blocked down by Joe McGuckian, Dylan Byrne gets the breaking ball. He's going forward, sees McGuckian running to a bit of space. They pass a little bit overcut, but Joe McGuckian, though, settles down and gets the ball. Looks for Mark O'Shea. He's ahead of Kenny O'Keefe. Mark O'Shea straight away into the hand. Now Mark O'Shea, is he away? John walks into tackle. Mark O'Shea for a chance to goal across the face.
Very unlucky there. Only Billy Malloy had shifted to our right hand side of the goal as we were looking at it. But the only option he did have was the far side and just slightly left of the post, so he was very unlucky.
So of course that's the
First
danger now.
wide for Aughrim, I think.
We saw earlier on, of course, Ciaran O'Keefe fouled him as he had a chance at goal, and that is a danger that Mark O'Shea does pose. Small centre of gravity. Killing McDonald trying to get to this. It spills loose now, looking for Larry Kinston was the closest to it, but it's a line ball to Aughrim. John Doyle, he was a good option for Carnew in the football last week at kick-outs, and he seems to be the option as well for them in the hurling and at intermediate.
Big, strong physical presence, so John is. Just at times, like with puckouts going so high, bodies are tending to get around. It's hard. If you do win one, it'd be even hard to know what to do with it.
That was Mark Clancy's sideline, just skidded along the ground. Now it's into a bit of a ruck just between the 45 and 65 in the Aughrim half. No obvious options to pick up the ball. However, there's an obvious option. It's Larry Kinsella. Kinsella now coming away with the ball. Under severe pressure straight away. Surely he's tripped, and that is a free for Aughrim, or for Carnew. Billy Malloy has left his goal line, so it seems like he's the man.
Looks like Billy's going to be hitting him for the day. Interesting. All 3 Carnew points coming from Billy Malloy from frees. This sounds like something you'd hear in a table quiz in years to come. What goal he scored? All these points in a county final. It's Billy Malloy.
As I said, he had a sweet strike. I was wondering, even back almost at his own 21, how far he could get it. He angled that ball towards Brandon Rossiter. This one, though, sure, there's only one option, really.
That's it.
Put it between the sticks. Look, a bit of a... As you mentioned there, there's been a lot of hurling in this game, but scoring has come at a premium. Billy Malloy shoots. It's gone wide at the right post.
I have that as Carnew's 3rd wide of the day, so when you're possibly even 4.
David Whitty's puck out, looking for John Toomey back on the pitch. His hand gets to it. His hurled out, comes out, slapped out of his hand. Conor Byrne there looks for John Gregan, goes past him. Now Brandon Roster has a chance, or Jack Gregan possibly, but good tackle there from John Gregan, and it's a tackle there in from Joe McGuckian. Hurl across the legs of him by Jack Gregan, and Joe McGuckian trying to come away. However, pressure there from Jack Gregan was enough to put him off. Robert Lambert though picks up ahead of John Gregan. Blue jerseys all around him. Carnew pressing from the front, free in for over carrying. It's good pressing there from Carnew, but I wonder that
there's
Jack
a bit of a swipe there now from one of the Carnew players. He'll be delighted the referee didn't see it. And despite that, Carnew find themselves with the free. No sign of Billy coming for this one now.
I think Jack Gregan from this position will be the man. Probably the message is 45 metres in. Similar
enough position to his first free, I'd be thinking. So hopefully he can kind of right the wrongs, I should say, of the last one. Linesman indicating just kind of in between the larger D and the 45.
And he's been told to go back beyond the 45, yeah. Is it where the Aughrim player last was, Robert Lambert?
Perhaps, yeah.
Or doesn't where the steps start. So Jack Gregan now to be the second Carnew scorer. It's a bit of a routine about him to go through. At least he's had a sight at goal so far from a free. Bends, looks to post a few times, rises, strikes. This one looks good. It's gone over the bar.
And yeah, he'll be happy with that, get the account going. 4 points now for Carnew, all coming from frees. A lot of the scores today from place balls. Sharp hook out to Robert Lambert.
Robert Lambert sends down the field, and underneath that there is Lurkin Toomey. Ball spills loose. Conor Byrne though tries to be the man to it. He gets a chop down on him, and it's a free out to Carnew. Billy Malloy.
Here we go.
I wouldn't put it past him to put this.
No, it's definitely within his range. John Young putting the ball down for Billy again now. I'd be saying from a Carnew point of view, I mentioned the sideline that Adrian Meyer said earlier, and no one was there. They need someone left and right of the posts just to keep the ball in play. If it were to drop, now we're not saying it will, but just you can't afford for these chances to squander by.
Billy Malloy was taking frees from beyond his own 65 in the warm-up. This one's going to drop though into the square. Under there is John Doyle. Hurl there. David Whitty though sees the ball, just comes straight through himself, and he clears it down the pitch. Looking for Dylan Byrne. Adrian Myers on his case, but great catch there by Dylan Byrne to relieve a bit of pressure. Hand out, ball, hand pass to John Toomey. Toomey's going to go from the 65. It looks to be dropping. Is it accurate? No, that's the umpire.
Incredibly cool, calm and collected by David Whitty there again. He's having a great game.
And it's a free there for Aughrim, I think, for a foul on Dylan Byrne. Possibly a bit after us from that handoff to John Toomey. So Ian Clancy, they'll have a second bite of the cherry to put themselves back up by 4.
Yeah. Tough enough free now. Nice distance on it, although he did put one over from distance earlier under the stand side there now. He tried to judge the wind maybe as well because it's blowing into him. But like we said, it'll be great to get a few more scores from play now, and it'll definitely liven this game up a bit more. Good game, alright, but definitely dead ball contest at the minute.
Clancy's shot, it's going to drop in the square. Hurling there from Conor Lambert. Lively gets to the break, and Lively puts it over the bar.
I'd say Adam Lively has had the ball in his hand 2 times, and he's got 1-1 there now, so he's being very effective with what ball he is getting.
So Billy Malloy with the puck out, sending it down, looking for John Doyle again. It's going to drop between him and Killy McDonald. Goes over their heads. Brandon Rossiter is the man quickest to it. Or is that Jack Reagan? No, sorry, Jack Reagan there. And he's fouled by Dean Barnes. And it's a free in for Carnew. Just a hurl coming in from behind. Jack Reagan feeling the effects of that strike. Billy Malloy is staying in his box. Larry Kinsella is leaving the ball there for Jack Reagan, kicking it forward there, trying to steal a few yards. But again, but with the linesman there, I don't think he's gonna. That's a. Oh no. So smart from Larry Kinsella. Should have kept going.
I'd have stayed going until you're told otherwise.
I thought otherwise, yeah.
They might get away with knocking. It's great when you're in a kind of a smaller club ground. The referee turns his back and you keep going while the ref is going, but won't get away with it today, unfortunately.
But remember, a player used to take it out of his hand when the referee had his back turned. Jack Reagan now for a second point. This one's just going to tail, looks to the right, and looks like it's gone wide. Another wide for Carnew. Yeah,
I have that as 5 wides. They're now, like, they're trailing by 4. You know, there's between frees and 1 or 2 from play. You know, it's not been a great effort for him today. But David Whitty, you'd imagine someone would have another ball for David that he isn't trying to get out of the defence. But
there's a young fella there behind the goal, just give him a bit of help out. PJ is behind the goals there, probably.
PJ Morrissey, yeah.
So the ball is sent long by David Whitty, looking for Mark Clancy. Goes over his head, and Lorcan Toomey's quickest to it. Out for a line ball to Carnew. Good pressure there from Kieran Lambert at his back to let it go out for a line ball. John Doyle now in possession, surrounded by Aughrim shirts, trying to get a strike away. Good touch though to take it away from them. Sends it in looking for Jack Reagan, over the head of him and Dean Barnes, and now Brandon Rossiter is onto the loose ball. Rossiter straight away into the hand. Is this his chance for Carnew? Drops the ball at the vital stage, but has it again. Killy McDonald getting a hurling there. Robert Lambert now coming through the challenge and gets it out, hooks it away, looking for John Toomey. It's a bit overcooked, but John Toomey says no bother. He read it all the way onto the 45 now. Toomey, he's a long way to go, but he could go there. He's a powerful man. John Toomey still going, cuts inside. Good tackle there from John Doyle, and it's a free out.
No, 100%. That's charging. John made serious ground, had plenty of time to put the ball over the bar. Would not be fond of using his right side, so when he went in on goal, he had only one option to turn back into his left. He wasn't confident hitting off his right, and Craig called there charging.
Billy Malloy now standing this free, looking for Larry Kinsella. Mark Clancy though is just stolen a yard ahead of him, and it's going out for a line ball.
Like, you're after getting a lift there now from that free out, and then it goes over the line. It kind of intercepted. Nearly
just breaks loose too. So that's Conor Lambert there. It was Mark Clancy who hit that line ball. Away come Carnew again, or Aughrim again. John Toomey in possession. Toomey checks it back. Dylan Byrne now is going to send this one long. He does, looking for the run of Alex Kavanagh. He's ahead of John Wass. Kavanagh now on the 45. Bit of space about him, and he gives it in now to Conor Lambert. Just can't get the ball first time, but gets a second. Back to Alex Kavanagh. Chance now for a point. Kavanagh puts it between the sticks and over the bar, and that's Aughrim 1-6, Carnew 4 points.
Yeah, and like that, John had a chance earlier. Alex is up to put up. I just feel like from both teams' point of view, just keep the scoreboard ticking over here. Scores are at a premium, so like, yeah, it'd be great for another goal, but just keep it ticking away.
Plenty of time to start putting teams away later on. Billy Malloy's puck out once again, looking for John Doyle. Spills loose. John Young and Ian Clancy are battling for the ball. Of course, Ian Clancy would have played underage with Carnew, so he knows these lads well. Jack Regan now in possession for Carnew. Sends it to brother John. John there, touch away from John Toomey. Brilliant so. Tackle there from Conor Lambert. He's surely held. Jack Regan from the middle of the field shoots. This Carnew's first score from play. It looks like it's gone to the right and wide. However, Paul Porter wasn't waving that advantage, no, so it is going to be a puck out to Aughrim.
Interesting, David Whitty there now, surveying his options.
Going to send it long, looking for John Toomey. I suppose that is the option. John Toomey catches it ahead of Larry Kinsella, and he sends it down now into the corner, looking for Lively. Lively catches it ahead of Kieran Lambert. Still in possession, Lively. Jersey's held. Surely that's free. No, Paul Porter's not seeing it. Kieran Lambert, though, is still battling for possession. He gets it to his hand. Good pressure from Mark O'Shea. Kieran Lambert tries to strike away, out for a line ball. That was surely a free to Lively.
Surely a free.
Yeah.
A pull of the jersey.
As blatant as you get by Paul Porter. Play on. Maybe from his position, it might have been. You could have seen the back of Kieran Lambert.
But I have to say, in fairness, Adam Lively, he hasn't got a whole lot of ball, but when he has, he's been dangerous and lively. 1-1 so far. Should have got a free there. Like, all of his plays would have had really positive contributions had he got that free, but he might fancy his chances from this sideline now. He's well able to hit them. He's
against the wind. There's a bit of tussling going on between Lorcan Toomey and a few lads, and Paul Porter spotted it. Did that go over the bar? Or was that just to the right and wide? Would have been unfortunate to see a point of that chopped off.
Surely have to retake it, so you'd imagine now he'll be able to adjust if that's the case, but Paul Porter trying to just lay down the law a bit maybe. There was a small bit of by shoulder and then that just for the throw-in, but
just exchanging contact details between Conor Wafer, Kieran Lambert and Lorcan Toomey. Blue jerseys all around the 21. Adam Lively now with a second bite of the cherry. It's going to drop though, and it got in the hands of Adrian Myers, who gets a quick ball out looking for Larry Kinsella, but Ian Clancy was quick onto it. He's half up, but Marco Shane was in a dangerous position. Killian O'Keefe straight away with the pressure. Gives it out now to Ian Clancy. Once again blocked. Brilliant block there by Conor Wafer. But it's a 65 for Aughrim. And so again, like, they'll just have another chance to score here after a couple of good blocks and hooks.
Yeah, Adrian Myers just kind of misstruck it there now, and even actually Carnew were flooding bodies back. He didn't have a whole pile of options if he were to try pick out his pass, but in that situation now as a back, or he's playing midfield, but when you're back there, just get it out of dodge altogether. So
gives you a chance to set up for the ball come back, like
even just get it out of that danger area altogether and give you a chance to reset. But look, Ian Clancy will be happy there now, hoping to get his 4th point of the day.
Clancy will have the wind at his back in the second half if he's to have opportunities from place balls, striking them against the wind at the moment, which doesn't seem to be the strongest, as we mentioned earlier on. The flags though are at the town end are flying towards the West End gate. Clancy rises, strikes, it's going high, it's going to drop over the crossbar. And that's Aughrim now up by 6, 1-7 to 4 points.
Yeah, first half near coming to an end there now. Maybe we're getting to time. 1 minute of additional time.
That poke out sent down on top of John Doyle. Killian McDonald tries to get ahead of him, but John Doyle catches brilliantly, read it all the way. He's on the advantage despite the pressure of John Toomey. It is going to be a free here on just inside the 45 for Carnew. Jack Regan is straight away going over to it. So he's hit 2 wide from free so far. John Doyle actually seems to be the man who's taken over free taking duties from close in.
Yeah, 2 wides for Jack Regan there now. Interesting to see John Doyle left hand on top, but striking off the right.
And it looks like it's going to drop over the crossbar.
Well,
keep him guessing.
Maybe not the sweetest of strikes, but it goes over.
They all count. TJ Reid for Kilkenny has not say a similar style, but he'll let it just arrow straight over that crossbar. David Whitty is going to go along looking for that man again. John Toomey surrounded by blue jerseys, and the ball spills loose, and there is Killian McDonald trying to come through a few challenges. He's shouldered, and that's a bit of a kick there as well from Conor Byrne while he was on the ground.
A bit of a knee there or something alright from Conor Byrne. Killian Mack just putting the ball down, walking away, happy to get on with his game. Lots of bodies around the puck out again for Carnew. The one thing I'd say is when 3 go up, it leaves Aughrim lads down to win breaks. That's what happened there. So I know they're trying to negate John Toomey, but if you're going to stop them and break ball, but they're winning the breaks, that's something they might have to look at for the second half.
Clancy with another chance from a place ball. This one's going, strike it high, but it looks to be, it's gone over the bar. Suppose thought I was going to tail off to the left there. Billy Malloy's though, hurl indicated otherwise, and Paul Porter calls time to this half, so it's 1-8 to 5 points to Aughrim. Bit of a, I suppose, a lot of hurling as you mentioned, but the scoring really isn't happening.
There's no real, I think Adam Lively has 1-1 from play. Other than that, maybe Ian Clancy might have a point from play, but like that, we're talking 3 scores from play max. Hopefully in the second half now we'll find ourselves that we'll have more scores from play, because at the minute it's looking like a free taking competition despite all good passages of hurling going on. But look, for both teams coming in, you're saying to yourself from a Carnew point of view, what's that, 6 points down, lots that they can improve on in the second half, few things to address. And for Aughrim, I suppose they'll be happy going in. It's just about keeping the scoreboard ticking over. I alluded to that during the game. Like, it's great goals and all that, but if they can just keep the scoreboard ticking over and just see this game out, that's what county finals are there for, getting the win. So be interested to see how the second half works out.
Absolutely, and we'll see you back here in 10 minutes or so for the second half of the Intermediate Hurling Championship final.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 a year or 25,000 a year cash. Get your tickets from your club.
It's dropping from the skies. The big man has it again. Oh, he's lording it today.
He's backing himself. He has the distance. But has he the accuracy? It's over the bar. Touchy there, neutral. Touchy Harry Get it. Nobody.
Our GAA. We all belong here, in this place, at this time. We belong not because of who we are or where we come from. Being here means belonging. Belonging means knowing you're part of a community that has a place for all, where potential is nurtured, where individuals become teams, who honour the legacy of those who went before and strive to build a legacy of their own. Some of us play, some of us used to play, some of us never played. We all belong. Belonging means having a voice, means being able to say what you think is right, being listened to. Belonging means respecting each other, means being there for each other, on the pitch, off the pitch. Belonging means rolling our sleeves up and doing what needs to be done. We all belong, whether it's our first day or our 100th year. We all belong here, because this place belongs to us all. Our GAA, where we all belong.
Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 euro or 25,000 euro cash. Get your tickets from your club.
Just kick the ball out to the middle of the field. Get your head in the game, come on. Keepers! Jesus Christ, Alan! Will they catch the ball? That's your square, your responsibility. You called for the ball. Come on and get your head in the game. James, lads, he's lost the hunger altogether, that fella. Christ.
Eugene, listen, look. We're all worried about him. He's not in a good place. He's not himself. He doesn't need you on the sideline shouting at him with abuse. Look, go and have a chat with him and see if he's all right, will you?
Yes, I never thought of that. Hold on. Alan! Alan, come here! Alan,
It's important to remember that underneath the jersey, GAA players are just normal people too. 4 to 4 of us have mental health, and you don't have to be an expert to make a positive difference at your GAA club. Look after yourself and keep an eye out for others. Sometimes all you have to do is listen. Go to realtalks.ie/GAA to learn more.
Tá áitir le when a lig. Wenne tá bio a fannacht lá nach tuach a riomh Peter. Wenne a hín siar ríist is ríist eile hí an áitir asmuid.
Well, lads, what's the crack?
Wenne nach stop a riomh go dagan a puinte nach féidir mu a stoppa. Wenne nach niúltíim riomh don obair atá déanamh.
You got it all free?
Wenne chur na rá gach ile tradiisiún agus gach ile scéile chu rá thuganna. Wenne bíomhan linn na léithanta hagan go deo. Wai hain, wahi hain, uha hain, wain hain. Tá áit le wenne lig. Áit linne ligi. Cumann Lucas Gael, tá áit dúna ligán.
She'll forget it's her first day. She'll grit her teeth and try her heart out. She'll know that someday she'll master the lift. She'll never forget her first day. She is a camogie player, and she belongs where we all belong. GAA, where we all belong.
Good morning, John.
Morning, Tom. Your taxi with
the fact of coming back down here to meet up with the lads and everything and the contact they kept with me is an enormous boost.
There was a need there for us to look after our older members. My own father comes along and he was sick then before Christmas, so he didn't come here, and really I could see a difference in him. I felt that he missed his friends.
a Monday club and everybody who wants to come along is invited. They're remaking connections that they had 20 years ago when they were all very active club members. And now all of a sudden they sit down and it's like they were never away from one another.
I think it's one of the better things that we've done on our Healthy Club journey because it means so much.
Support Wicklow GAA and you could win a hybrid Ford Puma worth 33,000 a year or 25,000 a year cash. Get your tickets from your club.
Hello there, you're very welcome back to the Wicklow GAA TV stream of the Boom&PlatformHire Intermediate Hurling Championship final between Aughrim and Carnew Emmets. Aughrim leading 1-8 to 5 points. Just a couple of messages have come in here wishing the best of luck from Katrina there. Best of luck to Aughrim. Jim also another man going for Aughrim, and Declan Dial for Carnew, as well as Caroline and John Thompson. Thanks very much for the best of wishes messages, and we'll be going as well. Carnew will need to take those messages to heart now and really drive on in this half here.
They really do, yeah. Looking for scores from play. You know, like we said, it's scores from play really at a premium today. It's been a dead ball contest so far. Granted, Aughrim had maybe a 1-4, 1-5. We're trying to clarify the half time from play, but for Carnew's point of view, they're heavily reliant on these frees, and in fairness to Aughrim, there was a little free or two, maybe Dean Barnes or one or two others gave away frees. They've been quite disciplined, so it's going to be interesting to see. And plus Carnew playing into a bit of a breeze now, how they fare.
Well, here we've just two changes coming in here. We've been made aware for Carnew. Drew Brennan and Harry Malloy come in. Adrian Myers and Brandon Rossiter both drop out. I can see there John Young's moved out to midfield with Conor Wafer at centre back, and Harry Malloy there is in wing back taking marking duties of Lorcan Toomey. Looks a fairly tough man. Yeah. Ball's thrown in there by Paul Porter, and away we go for the second half now. Carnew's trying to get bodies around it. First possession, first free for Carnew.
Chop from Dylan Byrne there. Just unlucky, like nothing malicious in it, just whatever way he missed the ball, he went back for it, Hurl came down over the top, and that man again, Billy Malloy coming up to hit this, kind of just I suppose halfway between the midfield throwing line and his own 65.
Sure, he'll try to steal a few yards here. No, just pants it down. Lorcan Toomey is racing back there just to get a marking on John Young, who's moved on to the 45. Billy Malloy with a chance for his 5th point of the game. This one looks like it's going to drop though to the left and wide. Yeah. First opportunity not taken for Carnew in this half. 6 points the margin.
Yeah, I think that's Carnew's 7th wide of the day.
David Whitty now with the puck out, setting it down, looking for Dylan Byrne, and John Toomey's also coming to position, but Dylan Byrne goes over his head. Adam Lively there just goes past him, and here comes Conor Wafer now, gets onto the loose ball. Adam Lively putting him under some serious pressure. Wafer there trying to get past him, still going Wafer. Good challenge in there for good pressure from Adam Lively. The ball is now loose on the ground, but Wafer there has the ball again, surrounded by white bodies. He's pushed, and it's a free out for Carnew. Bit of actors here going on between Mark Clancy and Conor Wafer.
I actually can't believe that's being brought up, because if anything I felt it nearly should have been a hot ball.
Reaction there.
Conor Wafer won his free, and right just get on with, put the ball down. No, it nearly it's after working out great for him as it turns out. Ball's after him brought up, but possibly lucky that wasn't a throw in. But another free taker now for Carnew. It's Drew Brennan. So this is their 4th free taker today. It's not a great sign when you're going through 4 free takers, in my opinion.
I think Drew Brennan had an injury before the start of the season. That's why he's not starting. But he puts that one between the sticks over the bar. Carnew working with him. Yeah. He actually scored the winner free against Kilcoole in the semi.
Great point now, in fairness to him, for his account today, and he's just after coming on at half time, as you mentioned, so good for him to settle into this game.
David Whitty now going long down to side where John Toomey has gone to. John Gregan put him under serious pressure. John Gregan looks to win that. He does. Scoops it over to Conor Wafer. Wafer sends it down the line, but it seems to have just gone out, deflected off.
Joe McGuckian, I think it is. And actually he done well to get to it, because there was acres of space in front of the Carnew. I think it was Richard Green was making himself available, so he would have been a nice ball for him.
Carnew hit this one short. Wafer now, or rather Conor Byrne sends it in looking for Richard Green. Richard Green can't get a hurl to it. It goes loose. Robert Lambert in possession. He sends it forward, looking for Lorcan Toomey. Dylan Burns making a move off his shoulder, and he looks to give it straight to him, but it's just behind him. And good pressure from Harry Malloy. Harry Malloy now holding the ball up. The ball is in a bit of a ruck. Dylan Byrne, though, should get there. Does. And Dylan Byrne sends it back down, looking for Adam Lively. Lively tries to get it first time, gets it second time, into his hand. He's very economical with his use of the ball. He sends it into the forwards, looking for Ian Clancy. He's got a bit of space in front of him. Good challenge in there from Caelan Ryan. And here is Cian O'Keefe. Hand passing over to Kieran Lambert. Lambert can't control it, but he does puck it forward. Connor Wafer looking to get onto it. Good hurling there from Connor Lambert, however.
I don't know about that one. No, I thought that was a good. He flicked from the side. Usually referees are looking for contact if it's coming down the way, or if they hear a bad slap, even that sometimes causes referees to blow it. But for me, that was from the side. I thought technically that was quite a good flick. I see referee Paul Porter didn't think so. Gives Billy Malloy another chance to stand over this one. You'd like to see it, just a bit of movement maybe from Carnew instead of just driving it down the way.
And he does send it down to a player who's moving, and that man was Jack Reagan. However, it spills beyond him and Dean Barnes, and John Toomey is going to send it back down. A huge strike. Billy Malloy's not even back in his goal yet. He looks for Alex Kavanagh, goes past him. John Wasser falls over due to the challenge. Cian O'Keefe trying to get it out. Good challenge there from Mark O'Shea. It's in a bit of space here now for Mark O'Shea, who gets it past Cian O'Keefe. Mark O'Shea sees the ball inside to Lorcan Toomey. It's got to go to him. He can't control it first time. Just didn't put his body there, and Conor Wafer comes away with the loose ball. Wafer sends it forward, looking for John Doyle. Killy McDonald though gets out in front of him. John Doyle just rolls him well, but Dylan Byrne though gets the loose ball. Quick little puck on the ground to Killy McDonald, and he sends it in now to Alex Kavanagh. Kavanagh gets it second time, gets past Kieran Lambert. Kavanagh going towards goal. Kavanagh for a chance at a second goal, puts it over the bar. Aughrim up and running in the second half, 1-9 to 6 points.
Definitely a goal chance under now. Look, Alex Kavanagh, at least he got a point. As I mentioned, just keep the scoreboard ticking over. Game management comes into it, that you just want to keep that scoreboard ticking over.
Billy Malloy sends the puck out looking for Richard Green, but Toomey though is there, and Toomey's going to launch this one back in. Toomey for his first score of the game, and it's gone to the left and wide in the end, well wide of the target. Actually bounces into the warehouse over behind that wall. Billy Malloy with the puck out, looking for John Doyle as well. And there is Conor Byrne. The ball spills loose. Larry Kinston trying to get a hurl to it. It's kicked forward by Bart Clancy, and out for a line ball to Carnew.
It's still a bit cagey, isn't it? It just feels like you're waiting for someone to spark this game into life.
The ball goes by Jack Reagan, but Reagan though doing well though to get his body in there. And Joe Brennan now is in possession for Carnew, trying to go a few Aughrim bodies, but Robert Lambert is there though to stop the advance. Lambert there under some serious pressure, gets the hand off, but he's deemed to have overcarried the ball.
I will say this, it's frustrating from a back to be a back when that's happening, but in fairness to referee Paul Porter, he's been very consistent on that. That's 3 times today he's blown the same foul, so if you're going to contact with the ball, the onus is on the player to move it on. Drew Brennan will be looking to add to his tally now, an even nicer free than the one he did put over. So look, Carnew still down by 6, chance to reduce it to 5. Badly needed.
And he does just that. No error, no issue. 1-9 to 7 points now. David Whitty with the puck out, going to send it down to the bankside, looking for where John Toomey has moved to. John Gregg down from it. Toomey rises to the sky to catch it. Toomey sends a ball into space for Adam Lively chase. However, Mark O'Shea is filling it up now. Good touch there to give it into space for himself. He gets it back to Conor Lambert. Lambert for his first score of the game, over the bar. And that's what Aughrim, as you mentioned, you need to keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's it. And like that, for Carnew to get a point from a free and then to Aughrim come down straight away and get a point, it just cancels it out. Like from an Aughrim point of view, that's ideal. Just cancel out Carnew's scores, keep that 6-point lead. And like that, Carnew there unlucky that just John Gregg and just kind of really was mad and eager to play the ball there and just let the ball over his head for John to catch.
And Paul Nolan has just come on for Carnew in place of Caelan Ryan in the backs, as that puck out now is sent down into the Aughrim half. Larry Kinston got possession there with Dean Barnes. There's ahead of Jack Reagan. Away comes Dean Barnes over the head of Clancy, but it's a free there for a late challenge on Barnes from Jack Reagan. They're definitely getting to know each other here today, those two. They've been in the wars.
Surely are. Dean jumped up quick enough there now anyway, he was alright.
Won't mention the war.
No. Keep it professional.
Clancy with the free in his own half, just beyond his own 65. Wind at his back. Well, it seems to be just coming across the pitch now, looking at the flags. Clancy has been striking well today. Bit of a hush around the ground as he rises, strikes. It looks like it's going to drop now. Adam Lively's going to be the man underneath it. Lively puts himself in position. It goes over his head and gone wide. I think Conor Wafer as well, probably being in front of him, put him under enough pressure.
Yeah, definitely did enough. Looking at Billy surveying his options, they haven't really won a whole pile of clean puckouts today, Carnew. Won a few breaks, alright. It's hard with Fearne Stillenburn and John Toomey going well for Aughrim in the middle.
They send it down, looking forward. John Doyle, Killy McDonald trying to get a hurl there. Killy McDonald, a race protected by him and John Gregan. Gregan though gets to it. Gregan trying to burst past McDonald though. Checks back under severe pressure. He's out for a line ball. Good pressure there from Killy McDonald. There's a bit of a tug of the jersey there as well from Killy McDonald, I spotted.
Yeah. No, definitely a tug of the jersey there now. You'd wonder, is that cancelling out to on Adam Lively earlier now? Adam Lively is in a far better position from an Aughrim point of view, but I think as Dylan Byrne is setting this ball, he's well able to cut the ball in fairness. So if you're looking now, John Young is free. I'd be saying even go a bit deeper there now to try and get on this one.
So Dylan Byrne, it's just cut into the air and goes straight to John Young. John Young sends it into the forwards, looking for the run of Larry Kinsella. Headed there of Philip Toomey, and it is Mark Clancy, or rather Joe McGuckian, who gets to it. He pans it back to Dean Barnes, shifts away from the challenge of Drew Brennan, gets it over to Dylan Byrne. Dylan Byrne sends it into the forwards. Alex Kavanagh and Mark O'Shea inside. Mark O'Shea goes for a Killian O'Keefe. Go back there by Killian O'Keefe. And Paul Nolan should get the loose ball here. Just about gets it up. Paul Nolan possession, trying to get past Lorcan Toomey. Sends the ball forward, looking for John Young. And who got a hurl to it? The linesman has said that it was an Aughrim hurl. I reckon there from Conor Lambert. Score that earlier point. Line ball to Carnew. Taken by John Young. And he sends it forward. And the ball spills loose. John Toomey gets a hurl in there ahead of John Doyle. Spilling loose again. No one claimed possession. However, here's John Gregan and he claims possession. And he's on a run now. Just taking the ball into his hand just there. Gives it over to the brother Jack. Jack with a shot. Chance for Carnew's first score from play. And he's put it over the bar. 110 to 8 points. It's taken 39 minutes for Carnew's first score from play.
I was thinking the same as well. Referee not happy with the puck out. Says to David Wee to wait for the whistle.
Dean Barnes was inside the 21 there while he was taking that. But for Aughrim, it just takes up a couple of seconds.
That's it.
20 minutes to go. Who will be the winners of the first silverware on offer today? That ball's looking for Dylan Byrne. Gets it second time despite the challenge there of John Young. And he's going to look to take it past John Young. Does so. Leaves him in his tracks. Good block in there from John Gregan. But Dylan Byrne still in possession. And he's going to set a high ball in. Mark O'Shea is running after it. However, Kieran Lambert read the ball well. Knew where it was going to. And comes away with the ball. Hands it out to Paul Nolan. Nolan drops it. Scramble for possession again. Kieran Lambert though still there. But the ball's still loose. Lorcan Toomey trying to pick it up. John Gregan's there. And he puts a bit of calm in the matters. Or he's trying to break out. But still pressure. Good pressure there. Pressing forward from Aughrim. And that's a strong hurl in there from John Young. Clips the Aughrim man. It's going to be a free into Aughrim.
I think he's after getting Dylan Byrne.
Is that? Yeah, it is Dylan Byrne. I suppose, look, a hurl coming in on the ball.
Yeah, I just was having this conversation as John Young gets his yellow card. Like, there's so little ground hurling in the game now that when lads do pull in rucks and stuff like that, the reaction is always people are, when they're not used to seeing it, but like that, look, Paul Porter had a better position to us. Maybe it was a touch wild, but if the ball is in there and, boys are entitled to pull on the ball. So, look, for an Aughrim point of view, they'll be delighted to get this one, stick it over the bar.
Clancy to put 6 points between them once again. Rises, strikes, and that looks like it's good. It's over the bar. 111 to 8 points now to Aughrim. 14 points to 8. Harry Malloy is taking up position here on the 65 with the way Billy Malloy. He's going to go right over his head, looking for the run of John Doyle and Richard Green, who's underneath. Richard Green gets a hurl to it, but he does get a hand to it brilliantly so, jumping forward James Bond style, trying to bring it forward, still going forward. John Toomey though clears up for Aughrim, but still loose in a bit of a ruck now for him. And Harry Malloy is the man who gets a hand to it. He's surrounded by white jerseys, and it's going to be a free in. And there's a little bit of inconsistency there.
That's probably the first time where poor Robert Lambert's after getting blown twice for over carrying the ball in a similar situation. Badly needed by Carnew. This is Drew Brennan's third attempt of the day. He's 2 for 2 so far. Like, I'm looking down at the clock here, there's roughly 17 minutes. Like, there's plenty of time for Carnew to mount a comeback, but we just keep saying one score from play and all that time, it's not going to be enough.
They probably need to find a few goals, but Drew Brennan here is going to be content with the point. It looks like it's gone over the bar. It has gone over the bar. As I mentioned, his third point of the game, 111 to 9 points. And now David Whitty once more with the puck out. Well, he's setting up. A couple men available there. Dylan Byrne, just over the 45. He's going to go right over his head, looking for Alex Kavanagh, who's come into a bit of space ahead of John Walsh. John Walsh, though, using his body well now to read off the challenge. John Walsh going forward, gives it off to John Young from the 65. John Young sends it in. It's dropping now on top of Jack Gregan. Gregan gets a hand to it, gets the second time, or that's Conor Byrne rather. And he hands it out now to Larry Kinsella, who's going to run at Dean Barnes. He goes for a goal. It goes across the face. I think did it take a deflection there? Scramble for possession. Here is Jack Gregan, hooked there by the tackle of Joe McGuckian. And the ball is still loose there on the Aughrim 21. John Toomey, that was the man to get his hand to it. Toomey now coming away with it. Off the hurl, sends it forward, looking for Adam Lively now underneath him, ahead of Conor Lambert. Lambert leaps in the air to get a hurl to it. And he's going to send it out for an Aughrim line ball. A couple of Carnew mentors there trying to get their opinion in. But
Carnew, good chance there. And even at that, probably, I often feel like if you don't score the goal and you try to force, at least get a point from it. You're forcing the goal, like a point would have been very helpful, getting back to 4 points. But now Aughrim find themselves with a line ball here in front of the halfway line.
See there, I think Paul Porter's going to have a chat here with Adam Lively and John Walsh, is it? Just a little bit of afters, I imagine. But nothing more than just a talking to.
That's it, yeah.
Still a long way to go, still over 15 minutes left, so a long way. Still a chance for Carnew, only 5 points in it. Clancy with the line ball, it's going to drop over to the hands of, I think that's Paul Nolan underneath it. He doesn't get it first time, and Alex Kavanagh gets the break. Kavanagh now, a lot of speed, going forward Kavanagh, scored a point earlier on. Short, brilliant hook there by Kieran Lambert, but Kavanagh still in possession. Kavanagh trying to hand it off. Killian O'Keefe got a hurl in there and the ball spills loose. It's a free out for a trip on Kieran Lambert. Lambert though takes Kavanagh to the ground, so it'll be interesting to see what Paul Porter does here. Yeah, he's going to throw the ball in.
Yeah, and we made that point earlier on. There was a similar situation here on the sideline. There's some bit of after, someone is after swiping there now. Aughrim man gone to ground, but look, Paul Porter was there. He just needs to kind of bring a bit of calm to the situation, get lads to break away. He's going to consult with his umpires there now. It's going to be a hot ball regardless whether there's a card or no. You'd imagine if there's a swipe late or something like that, there's going to be a card, and then it's colour then is a tricky one to know if you're swiping off the ball. You know,
we've seen reds
given. For Aughrim now, they're saying to themselves, don't get involved in anything, just keep it cool, keep the scoreboard ticking over, try to avoid any of those confrontations that are going to, potentially disrupt their flow.
So it's Kieran Lambert and Alex Kavanagh who are getting the talking to here. Lambert, who did so well there to stop Alex Kavanagh in his tracks. We'll see what cards are coming out here from Paul Porter. Is there a bit of guessing around? Just a yellow card for the two of them. There'll be a hot ball here on the Aughrim 21 or on the Carnew 21.
Probably a touch harsh there on Alex Kavanagh, I would feel, kind of pulled down like it.
But here is Conor Lambert trying to get this from John Young, goes out ahead of him. John Young does brilliantly well to get that ball. He whips it away, but Dylan Byrne is the man out here for Aughrim. Doing well there to sweep from an advanced position. He shoots, looking for his second score of the match, put it wide. So in all that, it still remains 111 to 9 points. Billy Malloy gets on with the puck out quickly. He's looking for Richard Green. Green though gets a hurl to it. Green though gets into the hand after some nice control in there to get into a bit of space. Blocked there from John Toomey, but Richard Green though gets to the break. He hands it over to Harry Malloy, who drops the ball at the vital time. And here's Killy McDonald trying to get through. Harry Malloy hands it back to John Toomey. Toomey sends it into the full forward line. There is Alex Kavanagh. Kavanagh tries to get a hand to it, but it spills loose down. Mark O'Shea gets ahead of Killian O'Keefe. Mark O'Shea now, bit of pace about this man. Mark O'Shea for a point. Puts it over the bar from Mark O'Shea. The body language of Billy Malloy, he was trying to, I suppose, put the umpires off a bit. Yeah. The umpire stood firm, waved the white flag, 112 to 9 points.
Yeah, and amazing. John Toomey hit the ball off his right side. It had to be ending the score. It had to.
Billy Malloy sends his long, looking forward. John Gregan and John Doyle goes over, just deflects into the path of Dylan Byrne. Byrne sent it to the full forward line now. Mark O'Shea's made a run into space. O'Shea, good hurling there from Killian O'Keefe, but still Mark O'Shea should get possession. Does. Second time of asking. Now trying to get through two Carnew players. Mark O'Shea for a second point. Gets it over the bar. Mark O'Shea. 2 points in the space of, I'd say, about 30 seconds. 113 to 9, 16 points to 9. So 7-point Aughrim lead with just over 12 minutes to go. Billy Malloy sends this puck out down into beyond the Aughrim 65. Ball is spilling loose, and it's going to be a free in. I think it was a foul there on, I think it was Lorcan Toomey or Mark Clancy on Richard Green.
Man down here for Aughrim, just on the 45. Suppose from a Carnew point of view, you're kind of saying to yourself, look, there's 12 minutes to go. Are you looking for goals? However, they haven't been really able to feed their inside full forward line. Yes, there was maybe a chance or two during the course of the game, but not enough consistent ball in there to really trouble. And look, we have to remember David Whitty pulled off a serious save early on, but they really need to just start getting a bit of ball in there to their full forward line. Just looks like a temporary substitution for Aughrim there now.
Peter Quigley. But just while Drew Brennan standing over his free, like to remind you, you can get tickets for the draw for a 4 Puma worth up to the value of €33,000 on the Wicklow GA website, as well as season tickets for next year's club championship. As Drew Brennan puts that over, 113 to 10 points now. And that is Peter Quigley coming on. Was it Killian McDonald? Sorry, that went down?
Killian Mack went off, yeah.
Or Peter Quigley still hasn't come on, but he's there warming up. That ball spills loose. Harry Malloy is the man to get it on the halfway line. Sends a long ball down into the full forwards. It's Conor Byrne there, got a hurl to it. Few hurls flying in there now. Good hurl there from Philip Toomey just to stop Larry Kinsey getting easy possession. And a scramble here now in the D. As the ball is spilling, Robert Lambert looks like he's not in possession. He is. He had his jersey pulled, but he gets a nice ball out to John Toomey, and John Toomey sends it down long, looking for Adam Lively. Has a good battle between him and Kieran Lambert. He gets a hurl to it, Lively, and Mark O'Shea now runs into space. He gets ahead of Killian O'Keefe. Mark O'Shea scored 2 points a moment ago. Tackle from Kieran Lambert, just a body challenge, and the ball spills loose here. Line ball, Kieran Lambert does well to keep it in play from a Carnew perspective. John Young now should get to this. Does under a bit of pressure, but just goes through that nicely and gives it off to Conor Wafer. Wafer looks forward and his ball just too short, and Dylan Byrne is going to send this one back down over the crossbar for Dylan Byrne's 2nd point. Aughrim 114, Carnew 10 points.
Yeah, I think Dylan Byrne is having a great game today. He's everywhere. He's doing his role really well around the middle of the field, getting on lots of loose ball. 2nd point from play and from distance. Great lift for Aughrim.
Billy Malloy now looking for John Gregan. Gregan gets a hand to it. Gregan trying to get past Dylan Byrne, checks back, looks for the ball in the middle of the field, gives it over to John Young. John Young now for a chance for a score. He sends it over the crossbar.
John Young with a point from play. That's only Carnew's 2nd point today from play. He took it well, in fairness. Split the post. Tit for tat there again now.
So we're still 17 points to 11, 6 points the margin. David Whitty's poke out, well taken by Alex Kavanagh on the halfway line. Probably the first poke out that didn't go towards John Toomey for Aughrim. And that ball was sent in looking for Mark O'Shea, but Conor Wafer read it well. And now to John Doyle. He sends it down, looking long. Killian McDonald is underneath it. He didn't come off, looks like. And there is Philip Toomey trying to get possession. Blue bodies all around there for Carnew, doing well to press up forward. Richard Green gets a hurl to it, but it's still a scramble possession. No one taking claim to it immediately. John Toomey's getting his body in there for Aughrim. Drew Brennan's in there also for Carnew. And the ball is still going loose. It looks like it's into his hand. No, it's not just yet.
And even if Carnew do get this ball, and just looking at all the bodies, all the Carnew lads are within about 5 metres of each other. They had no one between their 45 and the goal. Like, even if they did get it, they're going to be bottled up. They would have had to shoot for a point. And I just feel like, you know, their opportunities are drying up there now for Carnew. Look, Drew Brennan's on a free there now. It's something, but if they had won that, they were very limited what they could have actually done with the ball. And it's just lads eager to get in, win a ball and turn it over. But, you know, sometimes too many bodies, lads get in the way of each other.
Drew Brennan now rises, strikes. And this one looks like it's gone to the left and white. So, opportunity not taken. Substitute coming on now for Carnew. Colin Fitzsimons is coming on for Jack Reagan. So, Kieran Lambert there looks like he's moving further up the pitch. Colin Fitzsimons going into Mark Adam Lively. Jack Reagan makes his way across. 1 point scored a point from play and one from a free. It's David Whitty with the puck out. I suppose it's a way for Jack Reagan to get off the pitch before he can take this. We've 8 minutes left to go in the Boom&PlatformHire Intermediate Hurling Championship final. Robert Lambert gets the short puck out and he sends A long ball now on top of Adam Lively. Few hurls there go up, but it spills over to Mark O'Shea. A lovely touch off for Lorcan Toomey's through on goal for Aughrim. Puts it in the back of the net. Lorcan Toomey makes it 2-14 to 11 points. 9 points to margin. We've got just over 7 minutes to go. But with that,
you'd imagine it's game, set and match now for Aughrim. I think it was Mark O'Shea gave a flick pass into his path. It was unreal. And a great finish as well by Lorcan Toomey.
And that Billy Malloy poke out goes long. Philip Toomey though gets ahead of Larry Kinsella. Philip Toomey just skids over the ball. And it's once again it's a scramble for possession in the same area it was there a few moments ago. Just before Drew Brennan's free. Lots of bodies around that. Killy McDonald trying to make claim to it. He goes to ground and the ball is still there up for grabs in the middle of all those bodies. And it's going to be a free into Carnew like before. This time for a touch in the ground according to Paul Porter. I suppose, Kieran, I'll ask you, any thoughts so far on the man of the match?
I'd have to say, I think Dylan Byrne has been savage today for Aughrim. He's been everywhere. He has 2 points from play. He's after mopping up ball, winning ball. He's had a really good performance. He's a few years ago he was called into the Wicklow seniors and showed he had loads of potential. Was in as a cornerback, and he's actually hurling really well in the middle of the field, to be fair to him. And look, other lads for Aughrim as well, but I just for me, Dylan Byrne has just been instrumental today in running the show from middle of the field.
So Drew Brennan put that ball over the bar. I suppose we won't fully guarantee that Dylan Byrne's the man of the match. We'll just give it a few more moments as this game could burst into life in a Carnew perspective. Not unless John Toomey keeps those catching up, but he goes down injured and looks like he's holding his knee.
His left knee, as he came down, he fell down. His left knee jarred in the ground. We'd a view of that now here in the press box, and it didn't look good at all.
That'd be
another replay of it here now. Ball dropping down on John. Great catch. And like that, the left knee, his foot got caught in the ground. The knee continued through. And John Toomey, as tough as they come. And when you see John down and the helmet off, you know he's in bother.
It's always the one thing about being a hurler, that leap to the sky. Coming down if it's not right.
That's it.
We've seen great players, like just in general. I remember Patrick Maher against Limerick one day, similar leap into the air. Another tough man.
And John, like you were speaking about man of the match, John of course giving a great performance as well today. Like he's so influential for Aughrim, putting the hand up time after time and coming down with it, and loves absolutely driving the ball when he gets a chance. And like that, it's probably mad to think that John hadn't scored from play. Like he's been so instrumental for Aughrim, but such a leader in what he does. A quiet man, but really leads by example. And look, he's kept Carnew busy all day today, especially under those high ball. Just hope now he gets the care and the attention he needs there now. We're kind of looking at just under 5 minutes of normal play. You'd imagine this is going to add to a bit of extra or injury time. As we're looking at trying to do my maths there now, or 8 points in it there now. Like, you're coming down the home stretch now for Carnew. If there's any other good ball winners, be putting them up there into the full forward line just to give them pose some sort of a threat on the edge of the square.
We can see subs coming on there. Peter Quigley's coming on for Aughrim. He's actually in place of Conor Lambert, and it looks like Thomas Hayden will be coming on for John Toomey. While 20, William Kenny for Carnew will also be introduced. You know, Thomas Hayden, Peter Quigley, like they're more than capable. Yep, that's confirmation. Thomas Hayden coming on in place of Toomey.
And the Carnew Emmets.
You hope it is just a jar and firm.
Because of course, we're assuming now Aughrim are going to see out this game. They'll have a Leinster campaign as well, and you know they'll want everyone for that as well.
Well, indeed. Number 2 there, Killian O'Keefe. Was that a decent battle? I think Mark O'Shea just about won that towards the end, getting 2 points and a flick off for Lorcan Toomey's goal. But he definitely has put himself about, Killian O'Keefe, in the full back line.
Yeah, and Mark O'Shea, in fairness, he's lively, his movement is quite good. He's out in front regularly, making himself available for that kind of a low ball. Corner forwards of that just love a low ball bouncing in front of him. Gives him so much of an opportunity to take on cornerbacks, and it's been a good duel today. In fairness, when we contrast maybe to Carnew, like the Aughrim inside forward line have gotten serves a lot better with passes and ball distributed into them. Like we look at Adam Lively in the first half, probably a touch quieter in the second half, but look, his contribution today of a goal and a point and the goal coming at such an important time. We spoke about David Whitty making a great save, and then they go down the field and score a goal. Like, you know, you'd argue a 6-point swing, albeit very early in the game, but his point as well coming off a break. So good day for Adam Lively there now, scoring 1-1.
And now John's getting back to his feet, and rightly so, getting a big applause here from the crowd. It seems to be really everyone giving the big man a good applause. Carnew, Aughrim, even the Emmet supporters who've come in here for the end of this match. Hopefully, you know, he'll have a cup to bring home tonight.
Yeah, no one likes to see that. There now, player coming off injured. He should be enjoying the last few minutes of this game, and unfortunately going off with what looks like a serious knee injury. So back to the action now. Billy Malloy is putting the ball down nearly on the, just say you're at the fourth official's box there now.
What's an indirect free for him to take, so drop it in the top of the square. Carnew do need goals, so whether this was direct or indirect, I'd say he'd be doing the same thing. Billy Malloy rising, striking, just letting the wrists just floated in there. A lot of bodies there. Dylan Byrne there, as you mentioned before, had a brilliant game. He was in the way of that ball from going straight through to Carnew bodies. And Dylan Byrne looks to have fouled that on the ground, and it's going to be a free into Carnew, but a bit of afters here on the ground.
Bit of afters. I have to say now, if Carnew, go for this. Do you know, 21-yard free, go for it. I'd be saying to all the other lads, ready to get in on the rebound, but definitely, I see Drew Brendan, he normally stands over me, he's a few steps back, might indicate that he is going to go low and hard. Even off that Astro, try to skid it off the Astro if you can.
Drew Brennan is going to go for it. It deflects into the back of the net. Yeah, came off the hurl there of Lorcan Toomey. It's now Carnew 112, Aughrim 214. The deficit is down to 5 points. We've probably got 4 or 5 minutes of injury time, including this last minute here.
You'd have to imagine.
Lorcan Toomey there needs to get another helmet on his head there. I think Paul Porter has to wave him on first before he's just going to allow him to do it. But David Whitty now with the puck out. No John Toomey as an option now for this puck out. He sends it long. It's going to drop. Looking for Alex Kavanagh, and Adam Lively's underneath there as well. Goes into the hands there of Colin Fitzsimons. Just stood there well. Knew where the ball was going to drop. He runs into the challenge of Lorcan Toomey. Ball spills loose. Lorcan Toomey now in possession. Toomey trying to get past Lambert. He's just faced in with a barge from Conor Wafer. Again, just a coming together.
Heavy collision there. Conor Wafer doing anything he can to stop him. Two strong chaps just run colliding like that. I don't think there was anything overly malicious from Conor Wafer, to be fair. Standing his ground. Yeah. Look, you need to do that. If Lorcan Toomey breaks the line there, there's a potential score. You know, it's back to a 5-point game there now. So, you know,
Wafer's got a yellow card for that challenge, and he's in a bit of bother with his shoulder. It looks like the physio is doing a bit of work with.
And we've 5 minutes of injury time, not surprising given John's injury. So
might be a few more here as well with Lorcan Toomey being assessed, but he has to get off the pitch, I think, because he took the helmet off for the second time in the space of a couple of moments.
Yeah, Paul Porter indicating that now he has to go off.
And Ian Clancy standing over this free.
I think this is a big free now for Ian. Just puts it back to 6. You're talking maybe
probably 5 minutes, I'd say.
4, but you're right in saying should be another minute added on, maybe with that injury as well.
Yeah, of course, it's 5 minutes additional time. Yeah, we're 31 minutes just about to go. Ian Clancy strikes it over the bar, puts Aughrim back out by 6 points, 2:15 to 112. Lorcan Toomey's back on the pitch, ready for this Billy Malloy puck out. Aughrim bodies are flooding back. They know they need to defend this lead. It's going to drop on top of John Doyle. Few hurls go in there. Lorcan Toomey there is in possession now for Aughrim. He hands it off to Mark Clancy. Clancy sends it down the line looking for Adam Lively. He's ahead of Colin Simons. There is Lively. He's been brilliant all game. Sends it into the corner for Mark O'Shea to chase. Ahead there of William Kenny. It just goes wide though. And a puck out now from Billy Malloy. And Paul Porter just telling them to wait for everyone to be outside the 21. And Billy is going to has to send this one long. Richard Green's made a move into space. John Doyle is behind him. It's going to go over their heads. It spills loose though. It's a race for possession here, but it looks like it's going to be picked up nicely by Philip Toomey, he spills it forward, but he gets it second time of asking. Calm head there in the end after the initial mistake, and Dylan Byrne sends it forward, but Conor Wafer there is the man waiting for it. It doesn't get it first time. Peter Quigley going to put him under pressure straight away. He goes over his head. Conor Wafer though, Peter Quigley into the side of his head. There's a few little hits there as well going in.
I would say now, if I was an Aughrim player, I'd have fouled him too, because it's a good tactical free. He's far enough away from his own goal. Billy's not going to drop this onto the edge of the square based on his last few frees, so I would say that is a good tactical foul to give away from an Aughrim point of view.
Harry Malloy has moved out a bit of space here, but Lorcan Toomey's tracking him. Billy Malloy though is going to drop this as far as he can. He sees John Doyle moving into the corner. John Doyle though gets there ahead of Dylan Byrne. He turns, he strikes, he puts it wide. That's not what anyone needs, and not what Carnew need now here with just say about 2.5 minutes plus left to go. David Whitty with the puck out. Aughrim now, are they about to banish those ghosts of 2024? Long ball looking for Adam Lively. Hand there from Colin Simons, and it's gone out for a line ball to Aughrim. Lively can hit these, but he sees a spot into space for Clancy. However, it's just overcooked. It's a race possession now. Harry Malloy should get there first ahead of Lorcan and Mark O'Shea. Hands it over to number 20 William Kenny, but it spills loose and Mark O'Shea gets to the loose ball. Mark O'Shea scored 2 points earlier on. He can't just lets go of the ball. Peter Quigley's in there. Thomas Hayden now in possession. Hayden hands it off to Ian Clancy. Clancy, is this to finish it? Put it 7 points up. Clancy floats the ball and it looks like it's gone over the bar. Aughrim 216, Carnew 112. They have, I suppose at this point, both hands on the Intermediate Championship trophy. And man of the match, of course, I think it's fair to say Dylan Byrne at this point.
Yeah, it's been absolutely incredible.
John Doyle won that puck out there from Billy Malloy. Dylan Byrne though, there he is now, and he's going to send that into the forwards, looking for Mark O'Shea. Mark O'Shea there ahead of William Kenny. Just a hurl there from William Kenny, leaves it off in the space from Mark O'Shea. Mark O'Shea just giving himself a nice inch there with that little hand. Gives a hand off to Adam Lively. Lively now trying to go through John Walsh. Lively there, still in possession. Trying to get possession. It was a good tackle there, I suppose. John Walsh held his ground well. Peter Quigley doesn't have a hurl, tries to get to it. Hurl there from Conor Wave. That's a 65 to Aughrim. It's fairly chaotic here now towards the end.
Oh, slow it right down now if you're Aughrim. Even I know they got a point from it, but Adam Lively took a quick line ball. It could have gone to Carnew man. If anything, he's a young chap, like older heads on experienced shoulders now would be saying slow down, or even puck it down to the corner flag, something to take the sting out of it. But look, it actually worked out that Aughrim eventually got a score. We're into the 34.5 minutes gone there now. So
I think it's the second yellow there for Conor Wafer actually. So he's
making his way to the sideline there now.
I'd say Ian Clancy to take this free. Is that for the strike on Peter Quigley? Because that was out for a 65. Surely be a free in the 21, but second yellow for Conor Wafer. Ian Clancy to put 8 points between the sides from a 65. It was sub here coming on for Aughrim as well. Ian Clancy, this one looks like it's just gone to the right and wide. Sub coming on, number 22 is Brian Hanlon. But there is the full time whistle. Aughrim 216, Carnew 112. Aughrim the Intermediate Champions for 2025. They'll be going up to senior ranks next year, and like from looking at them out there, how do you feel they'll go?
Look, Aughrim, we said it beforehand, they won a Junior A championship a few years ago. They've been competitive in intermediate. Were, devastated after last year's final. They just didn't quite show up last year. They showed up today. They have a few young players that are coming through. I think they'll actually be able to get a few they'll be competitive in senior. Look, I think for Wicklow Hurling overall, the fact that there's another senior team is going to be brilliant. We saw this year there was a group of 4 and a group of 3. I think next year 8 teams is great. It'd be interesting to see what format maybe is employed next year. But look, great day for Aughrim. Look, Carnew is disappointing. Like 2 scores from play is never really going to win you too many games at Echelon County finals. They'll be disappointed. Look, they still have it all to play for in the senior game. And like that, we spoke about earlier, for Carnew, there's a lot of younger lads on that team, a lot of lads that have experience. It's a mix, and for Carnew, they alluded to it on Up for the Match that it's like a pathway for them, for young lads to develop. And look, they'll be disappointed. The experience will stand to them, and they'll learn from it, and they'll come back again. And look, they'll be competitive intermediate next year, as they always are. But it's Aughrim's day. A few good performances. We just mentioned Dylan Byrne. I just thought he was exceptional today. He just reads the game so well. Like I said, when I first saw him, he started his trade as a cornerback and really grown into a midfielder now. And look, like we said, they banished last year's defeat and up to senior now. Great for Wicklow Hurling, great for Aughrim. So congratulations to them. And I suppose I just wish, hopefully, John Toomey a speedy recovery there now after that fall there now. He's an absolute warrior, and I'm right in saying he's joint captain with Dylan Byrne. I think he could be joint captain with Dylan Byrne. No, he's not, sorry, but definitely plays like a captain by the way he leads by example. So
could see him there actually just hopping there with the hurl being used as a crutch, standing up straight, which is good at least. But hopefully for his sake it's only a jar and not any damage done.
More serious.
But the more serious, and they'll be going over now to the cover stand side, where the presentation, the speech, and the man of the match will be awarded. You know, if we look at their players there, like inside in their inside line, Dean Barnes, Robert Lambert, Philip Toomey really didn't really give the Carnew forwards an inch,
and they probably didn't have an awful amount of ball to deal with, which as a member of the full back line you're probably glad of, but anything that did come their way they dealt with fairly well. Like Robert Lambert probably feel hard done by maybe being blown a few times for over carrying or steps or whatnot, but look, I'm just looking down at our notes here now, like all the full forward line for Aughrim scored. In fact, all 6 forwards for Aughrim scored. Do you know, everyone contributing. That was a real difference, in fairness, that you had such positive contributions from all Aughrim's forwards. It meant that they couldn't, for Carnew, really focus on one lad back there to try and marshal. And then, like that on the flip side, we said like 2 points from play for Carnew. They'll be disappointed with that there now. And 4 different free takers in the one day. Like it's unusual enough when you get to county final. Usually those things are nailed down. But like Billy Malloy finishing with 3 points, was a fair achievement for him.
Now the players will be making their way over, I'm sure, well, for the party celebrations. They won't have far to go from here. The pubs will be packed, I'm sure, for the week to come. It's if we look at their Carnew, we mentioned there, like a lot of these lads have tasted championship success this year with Shalala Coolboy, the likes of Conor Byrne, Brandon Rossiter. This will be a tough one to take. Carnew, of course, will be in the senior final next against Bray Emmets, hoping to win back the O'Donoghue Cup for the first time since 2009. But fair for a club though to get the 3 adult finals.
Incredible achievement. I'd say the last few weeks in Carnew were brilliant with the buzz going around the place. Unfortunately 2 out of 3 haven't gone their way, so for the seniors now it's important now that they right the wrongs of the other 2 defeats.
But before we do the presentation, could I call on the referee, Paul Porter, today, who refereed the final, and give him a big round of applause for his team. And if Dylan Byrne can make his way up as well. Congratulations to Aughrim today on your victory, and hard luck to Carnew. There's no doubt you'll be back again. To Aughrim, well done. Today was your day, and I want to compliment you on the performance and thank both teams for a tremendous game of hurling. And I would like to speak, I think, on behalf of everybody here today, to wish John Toomey a speedy recovery on a nasty injury picked up there today. Well done, John. I'd now like to call on Dylan Byrne up to take the presentation of the cup. Hello. First of all, I'd like to thank the referee today, Paul Porter, and his officials for an excellent game. 3 cheers for the ref. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Secondly, Carnew,
We played you twice this year. It's the first time in 17 years we've met you. You put it up to us today. 3 cheers to go out for Carnew. Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip! Finally, to the 30 lads, 35 lads standing out there. You put in Trojan work all year, and this is more than you deserve. To the 3 lads, Sean, John, and the main man, Liam, I'd like a big cheer for the lads. Finally, I'd like to thank Damien, the Boom and Platform here beside us. And that's all I have to say, lads.
We just have one more small presentation to do, and that's the man of the match. And it's going to an Aughrim man. But first and foremost, I'd like to call on a man that has done a lot for hurling in Aughrim over many a decade. And that's Des Burton. If Des could come up here to present the man of the match. Today's man of the match goes to your fantastic captain, Damien.